to your mom?
Six. All six of us. Me and my
5 girls
siblings.
and 1 boy.
My brother.
And she's aware that she took us from her.
We met everybody at McDonald's. My mama always shared with everybody that she loved her kids, showed them pictures.
I was wrongfully treated today at work. I was literally physically tapped on a lot of times. My name kept getting called. I was doing a great job. I kept getting sabotaged, tempted, so my button can get pressed and I can go out of character. So although I went out of character, all I could say was stop talking to me. That's all I could say. Stop talking to me. And to walk into my space, still bothering me, and I said, get away from me. Please get out of my space if you don't mind. I can't talk right now, and you still continue to touch me. That made me very unhappy. It was ridiculous. Because I know that I'm a great person, and I know I won't be tolerating that. So since they decided to bully me, let the universe show them what's next. Because it wasn't right. It was ridiculous. And there will be hell to pay for that. Without a doubt.
What up, my 1751 family? I'd like to thank you all for tuning in, man. It's your boy, Mr. 1751. Y'all know how we do it, man. For those of you who have already smashed and subscribed, I'd like to take my hat off to y'all, man. Thank y'all for your unwavering support. And for those of you who have yet to hit the subscribe button, what are you waiting for, man? Go on over and smash and subscribe, man. Don't forget to hit the bell notification while you at it. Okay, now getting into it, right? Today we're gonna be brushing up on this story, man, which happened in Detroit, Michigan, in the D. You know what I'm saying? Now you have a 26-year-old Afeni Muhammad, who was allegedly, you know, she was accused of stabbing her manager to death at a McDonald's establishment, right? Now, a lot was said about the situation of what led up to this you know, this fatal moment, right? But I just want to say, man, there are many managers out there who don't know their place. You know, the position goes to their head. But I was in the comments a few days ago, and you have a lot of speculation in the comments about, you know, people saying that the manager got what she deserved because these managers out here. That is, you have to understand, that is a blanket statement. These managers out here. That doesn't mean that this particular manager was one of those managers. Now, this young lady, 26-year-old Afeni Muhammad, a young girl, you know, who's had a troubled past, right? And we're going to get into that as well. Now, she made a video, quite a few videos leading up to this incident, man, you know, where she's sitting in her vehicle and she just ranting, man, about, you know, this manager, man, how you know, how she talked to the staff, you know, how she have no respect, and you know, she keeps sending her home, and she have things to do. She have, like, you know, she got bills to be paid, and she got things that, you know, that she like to do, just like everybody else, and that's understandable. You know, a lot of times a manager will have you come all the way to work and then let you know that we don't need you. You know, and nobody's reimbursing you for the money, no matter how hard you're struggling. So, you know, these type of situations do happen, but it is very much speculation for people to say that this woman, which, you know, as you've seen on a news article, the oldest daughter, she's speaking out. You know, she's speaking out about how their mother was so nice to the staff, and their mother woke up and went to work every day, you know, to provide for them. right? Regardless of what their family issues were at home. Their mother woke up and went to work, clocked in every day to provide for them, her and her siblings, right? Now, she also mentioned that when she was younger, her mother took her and her siblings to the establishment, and they met all of the employees, and they also met Afeni Muhammad, and that's what kind of hurts them even more, to know the woman that murdered their mother, right? It's just so sad, man, that it had to crumble, the way that it did, man. But we would never know. So for all the speculation about the manager deserved what she got, because you have to understand, man, a lot of times people like this young lady, man, Afeni Muhammad, a lot of times people, when they intend to do something, a lot of times it's not just spontaneous. It's a lot of times, man, they leave a trail leading up to the crime, right? And you see this time and time again where people make videos where they have to make themselves the victim, so that when they finally commit this crime, people will have some type of sympathy for them, right? And who knows? I'm not saying that's what happened here, but it could very much likely be the case here, man. Now, this young woman, she even went on to mention personal issues that she's saying that this manager mentioned in the workplace about her own family.
Then one day she coming in there talking about some yeah, I broke my door in half and I had to pull my gun out on my kids since this and that. Well, telling us that like the fuck you telling us you pulled a gun out on your kids for? You sound like a fucking psychopath. That's what I wanted to tell her. She was talking about some she blacked out. I'm like, yeah, you must have had blacked out if you pulled the gun out on your kids. I'm like, what the fuck you telling me this for? Like to think she's like trying to make it seem like that she big dog or some shit. Give a fuck about you telling me about you pulling the gun out on a kid. I don't fucking, that shit doesn't scare me. You know what I mean? That shit doesn't scare me. If she thought she was trying to intimidate me, that shit didn't intimidate me at all. I don't give a fuck about her telling me about what the fuck she did. Maybe that's why they always fighting her, to defend themselves. They probably felt like their life was threatened. The fuck out of here with that shit.
To break the door in her house and pull a gun on her own kids, and she ran about this for a while, for a few minutes, about who cares about you pulling a gun out of your children, whose business, that's not our business. And she did everything to try to make this lady paint this lady in a light that wasn't too pleasant, that wasn't like a soft, respectful, pleasant person, right? Now, she also mentioned that the manager complained about her being argumentative to the customers. The manager complained about her being argumentative to the customers.
So all that animosity and shit that she keep putting in the air and stuff, then trying to tell me I'm always snapping on people. No, that's false. No, I don't snap on people. I don't go in there doing that. I tell her, no, I make peace. That's what I'm doing. I've been creating peace. So all that negative energy that she's bringing in there and trying to manipulate it, no, that's going to stop. All that negative shit she's saying about, her personal life, all of that. No, she's bringing all of that in there and then playing games saying she want to take her belt off and beat somebody. Y'all act like my kids in here. No, we ain't your kids. Respect us. Stop talking to us like that. That shit is crazy.
And
I'm telling you.
She rebutted that and said, no, actually, I wasn't mouthy with the customers. I was actually the peacemaker. I was bringing peace. And a lot of times, when a person know that they're a troubled person, they deflect a lot. They always somehow find a way to deflect and flip the whole situation and make themselves the good person and make everybody else the fault. The bad people. You understand? So, like I said, man, we're not going to know what's what until the trial, where the evidence, when the evidence start to come out, They're going to do a lot of interviews, of course. They're going to interview the other employees to see if these stories match up to what this young lady Afeni Muhammad was stating. Right? They're definitely going to do investigations and interrogations, and they're going to interview the fellow employees to see what type of workplace, what type of environment was it, you know, within that establishment, right? But I don't believe that that's going to be enough to get this woman off, just for the simple fact that this was premeditated murder, right? She made videos online where she's holding a knife and she flicks it back and forth, right? She flicks it back and forth, and then she makes a statement, something like, yeah, I guess somebody was on live and mentioned her taking it to work, and she replied to whatever she was reading, and she said that no, I'm not going to take it to work because that wouldn't be what she say, that wouldn't be nice, or something to that nature, right? Something to that effect.
Nah, this stays at home though. I'm not gonna bring this to work because that wouldn't look right, I guess.
But unfortunately, she ended up doing the very thing that she said wouldn't be a nice thing, wouldn't be okay to do. Now, the reason why I believe she got first-degree murder is because not only did she come to the establishment with the knife, well, she was in the establishment and she had words with her manager. I'm guessing the manager probably was telling her she didn't need her again, and she was sick of this being sent home and probably having a short paycheck and shit like that. And that can wear on a person, right? When you have no control over, you don't know who to go to try to fix the situation. You let this bike ride past. It's a lot of noise out here today, man. A lot of noise out here today, man. Excuse me, man. Please, y'all, excuse me. It's a lot of noise out here today. This is a bad time. But anyway, man. Like I said, we're not going to know the actual facts of the situation until the trial starts, and they start to present the evidence so that we can see everything, in a whole. Now, this young lady was said to have a troubled past as well. She had videos where she's sitting in a room in which she's claiming that there was a man who allowed her to stay in his home and have her own room inside of his home. And when she fell short, which I'm guessing may have been a result as to why she was so upset, the manager is sending her home. She's not making a proper paycheck, and that's all becoming a trickle-down effect. It's like a domino effect. Her life is kind of falling apart because she's staying with a man that is telling her that if she don't have the rent money, she's going to have to compensate him in some other way. And we all know what that other way, what she was talking about, because she mentioned it. She has a video where she's in a room and the man is a nasty old man, obviously, and he's talking to her through the wall, and she's screaming to the man to leave me alone. I don't want to have sex with you. Please stop. Please leave me alone. You keep harassing me.
I'm playing my peaceful music so I don't have to listen to you doing this, and you're interrupting my music call on my phone. Please leave me alone.
You told me you never ignore me.
Stop fucking with me! Leave me alone! Leave me alone! Please stop!
keep harassing me. You keep calling my phone. She got text messages of this man. You know, and she has a lot of music on the internet. And if I had to say, man, her music is very dark, to say the least. It's very dark, man. You know, she says a lot of dark things in her music, and it's like she's saying her lyrics explains the pain that she was experiencing.
About what anyone else think. Period. Sing along. Accept me for who I am. Accept me for who I am. Accept me for who I am. I don't even gotta pretend. Accept me for who I am. Accept me for who I am. Accept me for who I am. I don't even gotta pretend. I'm done playing these damn games. I'm done playing these damn games. I'm done playing these damn games. You ought to be ashamed. I'm done playing these damn games. I'm done playing these damn games. I'm done playing these damn games. You ought to be ashamed. Life is what you make it. You got the opportunity of adventures, take it. I'm not gonna sit here waiting when the time is currently pacing. I got stuff to do in my life. Benefits for you that'll spread the light. If I'm supposed to be free, don't I deliberately got the right? Why do I gotta go to hell? How am I polytheistic? I got endless answering questions that are so realistic. I'm only enjoying the good things in this world. Ain't that what the book said?
Right? And it was a lot. It was a lot. For those of you who haven't heard her music, go on and check her out and listen to the lyrics, man. You know, and it'll give you kind of an insight of the things that she was going through outside of the establishment, and what probably led up to her, you know, just finally just exploding on the wrong person. Right now, a lot of you may say, you know, that old man should have gotten that knife. That old man shouldn't have. That old man should have gotten that knife, you know, instead of that manager, right? See, because a lot of times managers, they have a job to do. They have overhead that they have to explain to when things are not done properly. You know, they have to sit down with their managers and explain why certain things are not done, or the complaints about the establishment. You know, they have overhead who they have to answer to. So a lot of times when managers are not so easy on us, we have to kind of understand that as long as they're not totally blatantly disrespecting us, we have to understand that this is our manager and not our friend. We're here to make a paycheck and to stay off of the manager's radar as much as possible. And that's for every one of us if we have a job, right? Do your best and try to stay off the radar, right? That's the goal. Get your paycheck, make sure your bills is paid, try to live a productive and a happy life, right? But for some people, they have a lot going on in their lives, man. A lot of pain, a lot of painful events, you know, which kind of throw them off from a healthy mind, right? And you have a lot of people out here that's going through things that others wouldn't understand, and somehow they hold it together, right? Somehow they hold it together, man. And other people, they just would never understand. You know, you would never understand how close to the edge a person is, you know, and that's likely what happened here. This manager probably was a little bit mouthy and probably was a little bit extra over the top, right? But that is not a justification to take a knife into the establishment. Right now, the reason I believe she got first degree is because after the argument, she went back out to the car. You know, they said she exited the establishment. She went to the car and she grabbed a knife out of the car. She came back into the establishment. They got back into it, and as you can see, it turned out very badly, deadly. You know, it turned out fatal, man. You know, such a tragic event. Now, this young lady Afeni Muhammad. She was brung. She after she stabbed this mother, she was then held at gunpoint by a customer, right? Held at gunpoint until the police arrived. Who knows if this customer wasn't there, this woman may be still on the run today. You know, so thank God that man was there to hold her at gunpoint until the police arrived and made sure that she was brought into justice, in which she got a $25 million bond. $25 million bond. That is not regular. That is not regular. I know people who got, you know, first degree murder from shooting people in the head and all kind of shit. And they bailed. They didn't get a bail. They didn't get a bail. So a lot of people is gonna say this should have been a manslaughter case. But the reason why I believe it's not gonna be a manslaughter, they didn't charge her with manslaughter, is because it was premeditated. From the time that she left out of the establishment for however many minutes that it was before she returned, she had that much time to think, should I do this? Should I actually carry this out? That was enough time for her to make up her mind. She left the establishment and came back. That is premeditated murder, for those of you who don't understand, right? It is not like they was arguing and she grabbed a knife off the counter and stabbed the lady in the heat of the moment. You know, then it probably would have been a manslaughter, you know, arguable in court for manslaughter. But just the simple fact that she left out and came back in with the knife, you know, that was her agenda, man. She was fed up with this lady. You know, she had a lot going on in her life outside of this establishment, and it just happened to be her breaking point, man. You know, and she went all out. You know, now I seen a few videos of this lady, this young lady on the internet, where she's doing all kind of questionable and weird, to say the least, right? With her little Chucky things and the orange hair, and you know, talking to water bottles and playing with dead birds, and you know, just all type of weird things that entails that you know, that pointed to trouble, man. You know, all the signs were there, man. Like they say, man, psychopathic people, they often have a past of killing animals, torturing animals, right? And as I'm going to show you, as you're going to see in a minute, what I'm going to show you, she's had that. She had a video where she was playing with a dead bird, right? You know, sometimes, man, you got to pay attention to the signs in people, man. And some people just need a little love, man. And you know, and these type of things can be avoided when a person, when someone observes a person that's going through a lot of trouble and is able to kind of, you know, give them some love, man. Let them know that you care, man. You know, let them know that if they need some help, if you are able to extend a hand, if it's not too much for them to handle, you don't mind. You don't mind extending a hand and helping them out, man. You know, emotionally, financially, if possible, you know. But sometimes people just need a little love, man, and support. And these things can be avoided, right? Now, regardless what this young lady been through, that is not a justification for her committing the crime that she committed. Okay, so for those of you out there who are saying, you know, in all these different comment sections that this woman, I believe this mother was 37 years old, you know, manager. So she's about 10, 11 years older than this employee, right? But a lot of you are saying that this manager, she got what she deserved for having the mouth, you know, for not having respect. Because you have to think, like I said earlier in this video, right? When people have it in their mind already. They already contemplating about murdering somebody. A lot of times they leave a trail, and they leave a trail because they understand that someday they're gonna have to go to court, and they want to leave a trail so that they will have little, you know, little cookies that their manager, they will have little cookies that their attorney can pick from and say, see, you know, she documented that this is what was happening to her, you know. So when it comes to her mental distress and her mental situation, they might try to plead, you know, insanity, or, you know, my client is incompetent to stand trial, and all kind of shit like that, right? So this young girl, she gave an emotional statement about her manager, about, you know, she's very disrespectful, she keeps sending her home and all this shit. How many working class people in America is experiencing that type of situation where they have a manager who, you know, who is just over the top, sometimes very disrespectful, you know, and they don't really know what to do, but they know they need to keep this job because they have bills to pay, right? So that's the emotional statement, right? So when she said that about her manager, it resonated with so many different people. You know, it tapped in to people's emotions, man, you know, and their pains, and it triggered something. It triggered, and you can see it all in the comments by people not even knowing, you know, not having the facts of the situation, but they rush to conclusion, man, and they automatically just assume that everything that this woman said was true, and this manager deserved to be stabbed down and taken away from her family, you know. And that is a sick way of thinking, man. You know, it's so sad today, man, that in today's world, people are so quick to jump to conclusion, man, and they believe everything and anything, you know. And this is why we are in a time, man, where we are in a great decline, man, mentally. People are you know, people are very ignorant, man. They don't care to search for the facts anymore, man. You know, they just hear other people saying it, and they take that as, okay, well, it's good enough to just, I can repeat it because I heard it so many times from different people, right? But, you know, a lot of times, many people could be misled, right? Misinformed or uninformed, right? And if you take it from somebody else, who took it from somebody else, who took it from somebody else, and now you running around looking like a damn fool because you ain't did the research and got the facts on your own. And now you standing on that hill and you're willing to argue as if you know the facts, right? Well, you never even checked for the facts. So that's a problem. Now, I'm gonna end this video, man, on saying, on the behalf of this channel, man, we like to send our condolences out, man. You know, our hearts and our thoughts are with the family of this, you know, this deceased mother, man. You know, this is just such a tragic event that should have never happened. So unfortunate, man. You know, now this family has to go on and try to figure it out without their main support, the person who probably done everything for them, right? It's hard, man. It's hard to lose your support system just like that, you know, and have to figure it out going forward. It's very hard, man. You know, although a lot of us haven't been through that, it is not something that you will want to go through. I haven't been through it, but I know that is not something that I want to go through, you know. Anyway, man, it was nice kicking it with y'all today, man. Y'all stay up, you know what I mean? It's all love, man. I like to, you know, I like to thank y'all for tapping in, man, and staying tuned in with me, man, as I, you know, as I upload on these, you know, these current events as they happen. Sometimes, you know, some more tragic than others, man, but there's always something going on, man. And this one here was just one of the more tragic incidents that occurred recently, right? Within the past couple of days. So, yeah, man, y'all go on ahead and continue to research and get your own facts, and you know, and try to inform yourself before you get in the comments and just make statements, you know, on whose side you taking and all that. Try to get the facts, you know, before you jump in somebody's comments and make a fool of yourself, right? Anyway, man, it's your boy, Mr. 1751, bringing you another 1751 review. And until next time, hey, if you enjoy watching videos like these, make sure that you like, comment, subscribe. Help your boy get into the algorithm so that I can continue to bring you more videos just like the one you just watched. Anyway, until next time, y'all stay up.
I'm playing my Mozart. Just that kind of mood today.